Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your monthly reading for April 2023. This is for Virgo, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity to your reading. To get more specific, I do this, Virgo, because I love you and I want you to feel like it's a personal reading rather than a general spread. Lastly, astrology has been used for thousands of years. That's why I use it. It's had major influence in divination, including tarot, and every tarot card is assigned an astrological element or ruling planet. So we go really deep. Now, Virgo, this is a big month. April is a big month. It's not as big as March. March was game changing. We've entered a brand new era. April has about 15, 16 major aspects. And again, if you're new to my channel, I leave all the key astrological dates in the description box. What I want you to do right now, Virgo, what I want you to do, I want you to take out a pen and I want you to mark down April 11th. Okay, I want you to do it right now. I want you to do it right now. April 11th is when the sun is going to conjunct Jupiter. And so what does this mean? This is the best day of the year, the entire year. All right. So this is the luckiest day of the year. Think of Jupiter. All right. The planet of luck, the planet of good fortune, prosperity, profit, success, expansion. This is, oh my goodness, this is going to be a day. So definitely mark it down. Okay. We have a full moon in Libra this month, and as well as another huge thing, new moon solar eclipse. All right. So this is our first eclipse of the year. Now, I know a lot of people are just like, oh my goodness, an eclipse. This is a good one. Look at, Mars and Saturn are harmonious, and it's a great eclipse. I love this eclipse. We'll talk more about it, but that eclipse actually is going to be, so the sun conjuncting Jupiter on April 11th and that eclipse are both in your 8th house. So you're going through a lot of transformation. There's going to be a lot more this month, all right? All for the good, because remember, Jupiter is all about, it's the good luck planet, okay? And Jupiter is in Aries in your 8th house of death and rebirth, of transformation. Now, this is also a big month of money for you, okay? This is gonna be a big month for money. And some of y'all may know this already, and for some of y'all it may be a surprise, okay? And the reason I say this, Virgo, is because not only do we have the 8th house rules other people's money, okay? Other people's resources. So think bonuses, think commissions, think your partner's income, your partner getting a raise or a huge salary or new job with, a lot of money, or even inheritance. Think about inheritance. But then also that full moon in Libra that we have, oh my goodness, that's in your 2nd house of your income, earned income, all right, salary. And so the aspects for this month are falling in the only 2 money houses in astrology. So y'all will see some movement in terms of finances and money. Now, if that does not relate to you, as I always say, if you're like the king of Norway watching this video where money's not even an object, it's like, what? Who cares, right? It's, the 2nd house is self-value too, and even material possessions. So you could be buying something, all right? You could be buying like a car or something that that you need, that you've been eyeing. Venus is in Taurus. We love that. It's in its domicile. There's Mercury's going into Taurus too, all right? So we'll have Mercury in Taurus and Venus in Taurus. I love all this because it's going to help. First of all, a lot of y'all are traveling. I don't know if you know that. A lot of Virgos will be traveling some long distances, okay? Some of y'all may be going on these spiritual journeys. Some of y'all may be working on yourself spiritually as well, okay? The 9th house, all that Taurus activities in your 9th house. Hey, and if you're working on a book, keep at it. All right, keep at it. Or even, creating a website or, launching a website, keep at it. All right. It's a great time to do that. And if you have an idea for a book, let's get started. Everything's on your side right now. There are no retrogrades, by the way. There are no retrogrades until the end of the month. Mercury goes retrograde. As we know, Mercury is your ruling planet. We'll talk more about these bigger aspects throughout my weekly readings. But remember, if you're new to my channel, after I do your spread, stay tuned to the end because I pull more cards. I break it down week by week to give you a little bit of an idea of what to expect every week this month. Let's go ahead and get started, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you for April 2023. Again, this is for Virgo, Sun, and Rising. You know what I always say. If you're new to my channel, I love Virgo. Well, I love every sign, but I love Virgos. My mom's a Virgo and my dog's a Virgo. And I have so many Virgo friends, and y'all are amazing. And I know Virgos well, especially with my mom. And y'all are so, just so compelling, so commanding. I mean, you're like from Beyonce to Mother Teresa, right? Famous Virgos. Keanu Reeves. There's just so many, too many to name. But let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be a big, This is going to be a big, I don't know if you're feeling it. A lot of y'all, if you saw my last monthly forecast, Saturn went into Pisces. And I explained this to you, even in the weekly when Saturn went into Pisces. That's your 7th house of partnerships. And you're going to have a lot of activity with partnerships moving forward, okay? A lot of for the next 2.5 years, all right? It's going to be a big thing for you, okay? And some of y'all may have entered new partnerships. If you haven't, this is going to be the month where it happens. I usually start in order. I'm just going to go ahead and show you. You got the 2 of Cups in the heart of your spread, all right? So when it comes to partnerships, we're talking love and career, okay? Love or career. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with the Page of Pentacles. It looks like a lot of Virgos. Listen, some of y'all, looking at your spread here, some of y'all may have got new jobs or picked up a new passion project or did something that was something new. Something new came into your life, but the biggest message, biggest energy coming through is something work-wise. So a lot of Virgos could have come into something or something that you're trying to manifest or right now, because the Page of Pentacles, 2 things about this. One, very Taurus, okay? Pages are earthbound, so are Pentacles. This is double earth, but he's Taurus. Now, what did I say earlier? Mercury's going into Taurus, Venus is in Taurus, and then on April 20th, we move into Taurus season. So there's a lot of Taurus energy this month, and this is really crazy because if you're a cross watcher, if you watch your, rising sign, and you should, right, because it's the other half of, it gives you the full picture. There's been a lot of Taurus cards coming up in everybody's spreads. Now, what's really interesting about this is look how compelled he is by this pentacle. Pentacles are money and wealth, all right? So, again, if you're the king of Norway watching this, which you're not, if money's not a thing for you, again, your physical reality, Pentacles are earthbound, remember. So it could be those material, it could be like a new car, it could be a new house, it could be, things within your world, new relationship, but it looks like there's something new that's come through. Okay, pages usher in new change, new paths, new beginnings. And then with the Pentacle, we're talking, he wants to be the King of Pentacles. Look how compelled he is. Again, by that pentacle, all right? So he really wants to learn. He wants to make this monetize. He wants to invest, grow this thing. Now, for a lot of y'all, it is relationships and work related, okay? You got the 2 of Cups. Now, we all know about the Lover's card. This is more about love than Lover's card, okay? This is 2 becoming 1. This is love transcending time and space itself. You can see the caduceus in the middle of the card, the 2 serpents going around the rod. I don't know if you're into yoga, but, it's the kundalini, that life force, right? Going from the base of your spine all the way up through your 7 chakras to divineness. The 2 serpents here intertwined. This is soulmate energy. This is twin flame energy. All right. So Virgo, this is going to be a month. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. I love it. I love this love. I love this love. All right. Again, this is, remember, when I say work or romance or relationships, this is, if you're here for career, this is finding that dream job, finding the dream boss, finding the dream client, right? Just really, really, it's like meant to be, right? Now, if you are here for relationships, this is taking your love to the next level. This is getting engaged, proposing, even renewing vows. If you're single, you better go out there. If you're single and looking for love, remember, Saturn moving into Pisces in your 7th house of partnership, Saturn brings that stability, right? It brings that stability. And so if you're single, this is a great time to go mingle, all right? Especially because halfway through the month, Venus is going into Gemini, which is the social sign, all right? And Venus is love. And it's everything that you think that Venus would represent: love, money, sex. I mean, it's just like you're great. This is amazing because look, you got the Queen of Swords in your crown. All right, I love this. With the Queen of Swords, this is like you're at a point where you're like, I don't want any more BS. No more BS. All right. So this month you're just like, if there's been some challenges, if there's things that have been holding you back, and even if you were, at a point where you could have had some muddled clarity, you didn't know what was happening in terms of where you wanted to be, didn't have like that direction, didn't feel like you had that guiding light. You have the Queen of Swords now, okay? Came up in your crown. I love this, all right? I love this because the Queen of Swords, she leads with her head. That's why she's sitting in that throne. She's smart. She's clever. Again, head above the clouds. So much clarity, honest, integrity. Listen, it doesn't mean, listen, you don't see any water here, right? You don't see any water. You don't see any cups. It's like leaving emotions at the door. That's right. So some people, well, okay, I guess I do. I call her the Ice Queen, but look at her hand. Look at her hand. She's like, come to me, okay? Come to me. So she's open to communicating. She's open to hearing you. She's almost like the Justice card. She's very similar to the Justice card, but this is you using that sword. I'm going to show you something. Listen, well, I'm going to show it to you later, because I'm going to get to your future, but this is just a lot of power and authority, and you're feeling it, and you're going to feel it in April, okay? You're going to feel that in April. Now, you did get the sun in the root of your spread, and I love this. The sun is so that warm and fuzzy. Just this is all about optimism. It's all about growth. It's all about, you can see the naked kid on the white horse with the red banner, right? Victory, the sense of freedom, like, oh gosh, nothing is holding me back, right? What does the sun do? Shines light in all the dark shadows in our life, right? That's exactly what it does. It's like long hair don't care. There's so much purity here, right? So much purity. This is amazing. I love that you got this sun. This is the yes card, FYI, right? It's, when you do a reading, if you're looking for a yes or no answer and the sun comes out, it's the biggest yes. And the sun is the most significant symbol in tarot. So this is really great because it looks like a lot of y'all are feeling really blessed in April, okay? And a lot of y'all will feel that, okay? And I really love this. There's a big energy coming through. There's a lot of new things that have come into your life, okay? Or internally, you feel a shift. Like you feel like, remember how I said, like, if you felt it earlier, you didn't have that guiding light, like you will feel it this month. Clear as day. Now, you did get the 5 of Swords, all right, in your future. So here's the thing. Remember what I was talking about the swords. So look at the way he's handling the swords, and then look at the way that she is. Remember, she has a lot of power and authority. Now, when you hold a sword, you don't hold it like this. That's not power. You gotta, like Jon Snow, right? This is in your future, and this is after a battle has been had, and you're still not letting down the swords, right? And so what this really means is that there could be some sort of conflict that's happening, all right? That could come up, all right? And it could be something where it's almost like there's a sting to it, all right? And it's almost like you still want to go in a battle, all right? But the big takeaway here, Virgo, is do you really need to? You ask yourself that. If there is a challenge that comes up, and it's like maybe you have like a fight with someone or an argument, and then you win the argument, and you probably will, Virgo. You probably will. Virgos are very, analytical. Like, so it's like me having conversations with my mom is like playing chess with my, it's so fun. And so you'll probably win. But it's like, well, do you need to continue to like go after this, right? Or can you let it go? If this is all about just choosing your battles wisely, okay? Do you need to go into this battle, right? And so there could be some sort of conflict that comes up. But another big message that just came through is for some Virgos are actually going to, this is not even going to be an argument with someone. It's going to be you. It's going to be within you. Okay. There's going to be some sort of internal, something's going on up here. Okay. And then actually, if you think about this, Queen of Swords in your crown, and then you have the Five of Swords in your future. This is in your crown. So this is saying that there's possibly something going on up here in terms of maybe a decision you have to make, or maybe there's a something that is just something that like tug of war energy, right? There's some sort of tug of war energy. Do I do this? Do I do that? Does that make sense? That could, for other Virgos, that will resonate. Now, speaking of swords, you did get the Six of Swords, but you got the Six of Swords in your challenge area. All right. So there is something that you are going to have to leave. You're going to have to let something go. And this is why this came up in your future. It's almost like you don't want to let it go. It's something that could have hurt you that you're just like, I really want to like, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a good feeling, but it's only because you have the Six of Swords. This is all about moving forward. This is all about moving forward into what I call the promised land. Look how clear the sea is, the water is, right? It's like glass. You see my finger right here. Turbulent waters. You're leaving them behind, okay? But when it comes up in your challenge area, it's going to be hard for you to let something go. So that's going to be a big thing coming up with the Queen of Swords, the Six of Swords in your challenge area, and the Five of Swords in your future. Something, but it might be up here. It's going to be up here, okay? A lot of another message coming through might be fear about this new relationship. Yeah. Well, you did get Temperance clarifying it, so that's really great, okay? So, the potential is there. Like, what it is saying is just find that balance, all right? And it's just saying you don't have to go to battle, all right? This is all about balance. This is all about moderation. This is all about really just enjoying the moment. And a lot of this has to do with what's going on up here, all right? That tug of war, there could be some sort of conflict, like psychological warfare, like going on, all right? But this is great that you got Temperance, all right? Temperance is all about, like I said, like balance, but you do see the sun on her forehead, like their pineal gland. You see the sun in the form of the crown in the background. I mean, this is a very, very optimistic card, and it's also like a card where it's just like, enjoy the moment, have that balance, not only in your physical world, but also like mind, body, soul, right? Like really, really find that, temperance, by the way, it literally means self-restraint, right? So with this being clarified, it looks like there could be something that that could possibly be the thing that's going on up here. It's something that you really want, and it's just not happening yet. So have that patience to just enjoy the moment and trust in the fact that it'll come. The things that you want will come. And it could just be frustrating for you. But again, a lot of it just might be up here. But some Virgos, sure, it may resonate within, there could be an argument or just something, and it's just something that you can't let go, but you're going to have to let it go with the Six of Swords in your challenge area. But either way, this is, other than that, the fact that you got Temperance, like, it's great. That's a good sign. Okay. So, I mean, you have this potential. It's in your future, to bring that balance. All right. And it's just, again, mind, body, soul. And then think about like, just equilibrium, right? That equilibrium's your state of mind. Now let's get to your, stuff. Virgo, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. It really does help the algorithm. I learned it helps the channel grow. And if you're a subscriber, a word I can never say, thanks so much for being here. Y'all make my day. I love you. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So I really do appreciate it. I'm very grateful. Now, Virgo, let's get to your stuff. Yeah, it looks like there's this month it's really interesting. It seems like you're in that tug of war energy is just really, really, really strong. So let's go ahead and get started. You got another page, which is great, Page of Cups. All right. So a lot of y'all will be have it, with a Page of Pentacles in your past, and now you got the Page of Cups. This page he just wants to follow his bliss, right? That's all he wants. He's very Pisces, very imaginative, very emotionally insensitive. He wears his heart on his sleeve. That's why his sleeves are red. All right. So here's the thing. There is something new that that's kind of like really made you feel good this month. Okay. I really like that. All right. The cups, remember, emotions. And this is all about just that blissful energy. A lot of it's just, very creative energy attached to this card, and very you do see the fish here, by the way. All right, so you see the fish, and with the Page of Cups, there's like an element of surprise with this fish. So all this creativity energy that's coming through. It's when I say creativity, by the way, I know I should always clarify this, because a lot of people just immediately associate that with like the arts, like movies and whatnot. But think of creativity in terms of like solving a problem, right? Or if you are going on a first date, like being creative in terms of like, how do I make this like really fun and interesting? But this is really great because it looks like that is going to be happening for you, all right? And it looks like some of y'all will be going on first dates, all right? With the Two of Cups in the heart of your spread, with the Page of Cups and the first card in your stuff, now with the Knight of Wands, all right? Interesting, the fact that Temperance is ruled by Sagittarius, and so is Knight of Wands, and they're right next to each other. And Sagittarius, as we know, is that they're just so fiery, and they're just they're so explorative, and they dare to go to those places that and they're just so fun, right? The fun-loving sign. Now the Knight of Swords, double fire. All right, Knights are fire, Wands are fire, and I mean, look at what is coming out of his helmet. And wands are passions, right? Again, creativity. That was supposed to be off. Creativity and also very transformative energy. Okay, the wand court cards are very transformative. All right, and so I really love this for you because it looks like there's someone that is going to be coming through that's going to be really influential. All right, in terms of you moving forward. All right, whether it's someone introducing you to like the love of your life or a new date, whether it's someone who is introducing you to a new job, or something that's bringing money in, but again, there was travel that was a big energy that I said earlier. There could be a lot of travel that y'all are planning, and that's something that's getting you really excited. All right, because there's also a lot of travel attached to this card as well. And so I really love this for you. This is really great because it's boom, boom, boom is what it is. Like nothing holds that night back. Now you have the Nine of Wands. All right. So this is indicating there is something that it's almost like there is something happening this month. It feels like it's not so obvious, but it feels like there's something happening that's still like that imbalance. All right, remember, you will find that balance. The potential is there, but this is a card of resilience. All right, this is someone who has gone through. You can see he's like wearing gauze on his head, and he's standing in front of the wands. He's protecting his passions, his ideas, his everything that he's really passionate about, and he has a lot of resilience. He's saying, hey, I've gone through it, but come at me, I can keep going, right? I can keep going. That's how resilient he is. All right. So I also, I always say, like, remember, like, fifth grade math class, your, math teacher had the poster of the cat hanging from the tree. This is that poster. This is that don't give up. You're near the end. He's near the end. All right. And so it looks like there's just something that you've just been holding on to so long, and you're waiting for it to end, and here you go, your final outcome, you have the Seven of Wands. Okay, and so this is just very defensive energy too. All right, defending. You can see all these wands attacking him, and he's just in defense mode, but defending everything that he's worked for, defending like his passions, the things that he believes in. This is the card of valor. All right, so this is standing your ground. It looks like there might be something, two things here. There is the potential of someone who is trying to take something from you, or really coming after you for something. I don't know. It's really interesting, but it could have to do with a partnership or a relationship as well. But hold on to that balance. All right. You see that I clarified it, and you got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. It's almost like none of this matters anymore because you're fine. This is amazing. I did not expect that. I did not expect that at all. This is the card of good luck, prosperity, good fortune. Again, this is ruled by Jupiter. Now, the fact that you got the Nine of Wands, right? How you're wanting this one thing, you've been defending. All right, you've been in defense mode, holding on to your dreams, holding on to your passions, holding on to the things that that will bring you enlightenment. Well, it looks like you're about to have this game-changing moment. Okay, this is 10, right? 10, 1, 0 equals 1, new beginning. This is a game-changing card. There's a lot of things that happen. There's a lot happening in this card. First of all, I'm not even like so much happening, but what I need you to know is that it's ruled by Jupiter, the planet of good fortune, prosperity, profit, all right, money, right? But part of your transformation, remember, Jupiter is in Aries in your 8th house, but this is still just saying you have so much luck on your side. This is divine intervention. Okay. Now, one thing I'm going to point out is that two things I'm going to point out for you here. All right. Especially because this came in your final outcome. Like, you don't have to, you won't have to defend yourself anymore. Okay. With the 5 of Swords in your future, with the 9 of Wands, and then with the 7 of Wands, now clarify, like, your final outcome. You don't have to, I mean, you're good. You're about to enter this game-changing part of your life, and you have so much luck around it. It's like the gods above are saying, hey, that Virgo's been going through it. All right. So we're going to just come down there. We're going to give them a huge boost of luck. All right. We're going to send them angels, and we're going to just put them on the path of destiny. They belong on two things I'm going to point out here. All right. You see the 4 fixed signs, the corners of the world here. Okay. They are bringing that stability. Secondly, you can see the word tarot in the wheel. Okay. Flip it. All right. You see Torah. All right. Book of Law. Flip it the other way. You see Rhoda. All right. That's wheel in Latin. Now, what are the chances of that fitting so perfectly in that wheel? All right, that is fate. Okay, that is fate. Speaking of Jupiter and its luck too. Now, speaking of Jupiter is, if you really want to go meta, if you really want to go, and I go there. All right, Jupiter has such a massive gravitational mass that it's protected our planet from asteroids and meteors for millions of years. I mean, talk about luck. Talk about luck. You're good. Virgo, you're good. You have, I mean, the 2 of Cups in the heart of your spread. You're good. So don't go to battle. If you feel like you need to go to battle, if you feel like you're defending yourself, it's going to change this month. All right. So it's like breath of fresh air, right? And you can finally like unclench your shoulders. So as I promised, I pull a card a week to give you a little breakdown. The first week, Mercury is going into Taurus. We love that. That's bringing a lot of stability. Mercury's all about logic. It's all about communication. It's a communication planet. And it is your ruling planet going into Taurus. That is your ninth house, spirituality, higher mind, mind expansion, even like going back to school, things like that. But, publishing is a big deal there too. And so is, there's long journeys, there's a long distance trips. Now we have that full moon in Libra. So that's in your second house of money and, material possessions and even self-value and self-worth. But Venus is very active that week, which I love. So Virgo, let's go ahead and see what's going on for you for the first week of April. Boom, you're good. You got the Emperor, who is, by the way, ruled by Aries. All right, remember there's all that Jupiter and all that activity in Aries in your 8th house. All right, so but this is someone who is he's a ruler, right? He is the ruler. Now, this is going to be really crazy, all right? Like, if you think he's the ruler. He's the ruler of his own destiny. He's got power. He's got authority, right? Think about the word authority. Break it down, right? We'll trace that back, all right? Trace that back at the root of that. It's autorite, all right? So, author of your own story. I mean, it's like, even if you want to think about that publishing aspect, the fact that some of y'all may be writing novels or thinking about writing novels or starting a website. I mean, listen, you're in control. The Aries is the ruler, all right? He's the ruler. So, second week, Venus in Gemini. I love that. And then, of course, Sun conjuncting Jupiter, which is the luckiest day of 2023. I love that so much, especially because Venus is trining Pluto that day. So much love. So much power and love. So Virgo, let's see what's going on for you for the second week of April. You got the King of Pentacles. You're moving. This is really, I mean, like, remember how I said the Page of Pentacles, like, wants to eventually become the King of Pentacles? Well, it looks like you are, you're getting there. Look at all that abundance, right? Look at all the abundance. Now, one thing I'm going to point out, this is, he is the richest king. And remember how I said, this is a big month where there's a lot of activity in Taurus. Hello, he's Taurus, okay? Look, you can see the bull, right, in his throne, the 4 of them there. Now, one other thing I'm going to point out, you see the golden scepter in his hand. We only see that in one other card, and that is the Empress, all right? Anything that this king touches turns to gold. You are definitely moving into a lot of wealth, all right? Money and wealth. And when I say wealth, again, your physical reality, earthbound here, all right? Physical reality in terms of... again, things that you like, a new car, new home, things like that. Like there's, but also think about wealth in terms of all areas of your life, like wealth in your job, wealth in your family, wealth in, yourself, right? That self-love. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for the third week. We have that huge new moon solar eclipse in Aries. We'll talk more about that during the weekly readings. But this is the week that the sun goes into Taurus, but Mercury goes retrograde toward the end of the week. We'll talk more about that during the weekly readings. A lot of people immediately think that Mercury going retrograde is a bad thing. There are benefits to it, and we'll talk about that in the weekly reading. And Mercury is your ruling planet. So third week of April, what is going on for Virgo? You have the 8 of Swords. So this is the time to get out of your head, okay? There's going to be a lot. You know what? This tug of war energy is so strong in your reading, okay? So this is saying that there is a possibility that you could just get in your head. There's, that new moon solar eclipse is so good and there's so much happening, all right? But that week, there's a lot happening, especially with the sun going into Taurus, all right? So there is a part of you where you could feel that you're, there's a lot going on in your head, all right? But one thing I want to point out is that sure, she's blindfolded, she's bound. We call this the self-victim card. She put herself there. You can see her feet, they're free. You can walk out of it, all right? And so this is just saying that at some point, the third week, things could just be, look at your spread. This is almost like the wildest spread you've ever had. Like there's this, it's like highs and lows and highs and lows, but then at the end of it, you have the Wheel of Fortune saying you have absolutely nothing to worry about. You have Temperance in your future saying you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Have that balance, right? So this is just saying potential. There could be a potential for you just getting your head. And I don't want you to always think of it as a bad thing. This is like, think about like, what is that movie? Is it Runaway Bride with Julia Roberts where she got cold feet and didn't marry? It's like that. Like there could be something so great happening. You're just like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And then you get like cold feet and then you just like get in your head. But the fact that you have the Queen of Swords in your crown, you're good. You're good. All right. So always choose love over fear. Always choose love over fear. I want you to feel empowered, okay? Not powerless, all right? So last week of April, we have the sun sextiling Saturn, which is great. Mars sextiling Uranus. I love that. I mean, we're going to talk about these during the last week of April, but remember that we still have, Jupiter in Aries. We have, Mars in Cancer. There's so much going on, but let's go ahead and see what's going on for you the last week of April, Virgo. You have 5 of Wands. Okay, so this is, let me see. Okay, yeah. So the last week, there is a potential of again, you just wanting to battle. Virgo, you don't have to. You don't have to, okay? You don't have to. This is, but 5 is a conflict card, but this is the mildest one, all right? And the reason I say that is, like, if you take a close look at the cards, you can see it's just kids. They're kids that swinging their wands in the air, right? It's just, it's really just saying it's not worth your time, whatever this is. It's more like competition of egos, right? So it's really just, it's almost like play fight. But again, it's just letting it's really like just letting your guard down, trusting in the universe, having faith in what's happening for you is very good. Everything, it's just this is the wildest like tug of war. It's like the main message here is like you may just get into your head a little bit and overanalyze things, okay? And Virgos have a tendency to do that. Like I say, you win every argument. So, but because y'all are very analytical, so it really is honestly just saying, hey, they're just, it's that tug of war. There's so much goodness here. You have the Page of Pentacles. You have the 2 of Cups in the heart of your spread. You have Temperance, clarifying the 5 of Swords. You have Wheel of Fortune, clarifying the 7 of Wands. You have 9 of Wands. And your external factors are, you have the Page of Cups here. You have the Emperor, the King of Pentacles. You have the Sun in the root of your spread. There's so much goodness. But then there's all this energy of just really like, you need to let something go up here. That's what it is, okay? So just keep that in mind. You have an amazing month, all right? And the only thing that would get in your way is like you overanalyzing things, all right? So Virgo, I love you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you next week.